Hi felters and welcome. This video is going to be a little bit more fun, basically taking this pile of wool and turning it into a 3D sculpture of BB-8. I wanted to do this one just to show you that needle felting is not always just pretty animals and fairies. You can do quite a lot with it, and if there's something that you see that you like, you can do it. So what do we need? White wool, orange wool, 2 greys, got a couple of eyes, 10mm, 4mm, some craft wire, glue. I also used a little bit of red and blue wool as well, tiny little bits, and this is just a round thing to help me do the round circles, so it doesn't have to be that black tape, it can be anything, and then a mat and needles. So take a really large piece of the white wool, try and get the whitest wool you can, and roll it tight. We always know you've got to roll things up really tight because it saves you time with the needle felting. And then start needle felting it in, and this is going to take a while to get a nice shape. Needle felting is all about patience, and I've also got the tri needle in front of me with the wooden handle that I start using in a minute, and that really helps speed things up. I list a lot of my equipment down below if you're interested in what I actually use. So that tri needle, I've actually taken one needle out, I'm only using 2 in it. So once you needle felt it and it's in the shape of a circle, then I take another needle and I just go through and I needle felt it properly, so it makes it really soft and smooth. Here we go up close, so you're going to get a nice smooth finish, but this is the bit that does take a while. This is how I do all my sculptured horses. So there we go, all done. If it's a bit uneven, give it the magic roll, that always helps even it out, make it more circular. And then I did a little bit with a slightly finer needle, that's a 40 triangular. I do a video on needles if you're a bit confused about them. So this is the head, and it's a semi-circular shape. So I took a wad of wool, folded it in under itself, and that was the flat bottom, and then I've needle felted it. I do a lot of needle felting around the edge to keep it semicircular. And then attaching it, I left a little bit of the edge a bit fluffy, and so I've gone all the way around the base, attaching that with a nice rough needle. This is a 36, this big needle, and then I go all the way through. The tri needle didn't work so well, all the way through from the top into the big round body, and that's really helps. I know it's really secure. So I did one of the circular bits so you know what we're aiming for. So do one, then do one on the other side. Now I mapped it out with needles. I found this the easiest way for me, and then I put the orange in and around it, about a centimetre's width of orange all the way around there. You can do the orange around the outside of your round thing, so you don't even have to map it out with needles, but my round thing wasn't the right size. So once you've done the orange circle, then if you start to look at BB-8 online, you can see his patterns, and he's got sort of a cross shape. So I did 4 bits poking in. I actually have my son's soft toy. There we go. So I copied some of the designs. Now the bits in the middle here, this grey, it's 2 different greys, and it doesn't come out that clear. So don't panic too much, just follow it roughly and you'll find that it looks good in the end. So here's another grey bit going across. I did try and copy it a bit, but it's not really the clearest. And this is where I ended up using those tiny bits of red and tiny bits of blue on some of it. So I thought, that's not quite right, it's not quite finished. So I took a bit of grey and I spun it nice and thin, or twisted it thin between my hands, and I did it as a line around the outside. And this made a big difference, it made it look a lot smarter. And then in a minute when I've done that, I also outline the orange on the inside of the cross bit, so you follow it round. It's a bit tricky, but it made it look so much better and so much more professional, so I was really happy that I decided to do that. So here I go, I'm following around the inside of that cross area, and that's basically how you do the circles. So I do one, then do one opposite, then do one either side, and that way you're sort of equidistant. If you just do one and then the next one and the next one, it might not be equidistant. And then there's one on the bottom as well, so that's 4 and 1. And then there's one under his head. So this is how I did it, because I had his head on the wonk slightly, because that's how I like him. And I used the orange thing and I mapped it out, and then I started, and it's only sort of half an orange circle that's visible. So there's that bit done. So once you've done all the circles, then you need to join them. They have lines between them, all of them, so you map them all the way around with a line between each one. It looks really smart. And then there's little tiny circular, they're bolts is what they are, but they're very faded on him, so I've done them in a really light grey. So they're little tiny small dots, and there was 3 in each section. Then the head there, I've done a circle on the head because he's grey, and I mapped it out with the needles again. And this is his large eye. This is my owl tool, which I always go on about. It's so good, it's so useful. It's like £3. So he's got one large eye. That was quite easy. I had to really force it in because this 10mm eye's got quite a thick back to it, so I forced that one in. And then he's got a smaller eye beside him, a little bit lower, and the smaller eye beside him has got a black outline to it as well, which I do in a bit, you'll see. Again, good old owl tool, bit of glue on the end, in it goes. And then I have done an orange around the grey, you can see that. And I also put a bit of grey around the big black eye just to make it stand out. And then around the base of the head he had some orange blocks and little tiny stripes and a little bit of red or blue. So if you do a couple of those details, it doesn't have to be perfect or spot on, but it makes a difference. And then he's got lines going down. And I also outlined, there's grey around the outline of the big eye, you'll see in a second that's been done. So you just try and pick out patterns that you can do. You don't have to do all of them, but it really makes a difference. The more you can do, the better it looks. And then his head, this grey bit was sectioned off basically. So I put white wool. I did about 10 stripes going down, and it made it look like it's been sectioned off. You'll see at the end, you'll see his head. It looks really, really good. So I was really pleased with it. This is he's got 2 antennae, so I took the craft wire, wrapped white wool around it, and then got some glue on my fingers and wrapped and sort of smothered it in glue and left it to dry for 20 minutes. And that is all I did, and they've come out really well. I'm really pleased with them. Again, owl tool comes out, and I glued them in. The other aerial is slightly longer on him, and it has a black on the end, and I just couldn't work out how to do that, so I just got a pen, and it looks perfect. It looks absolutely fine. I thought I can't get black wool on it and then glue it. It just wasn't going to look neat. And then same thing again. Glue it in, and basically he's done. He's very popular with my son, I can tell you that. So tiny bit of glue, pop it in, and really that's him. So here he is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, subscribe. I love comments as well, and do like because it helps me making videos. I'm going to be doing some really fun things over the next few weeks, some other interesting characters from other films, along with how to get a smooth finish with your needle felting. I'm trying out lots of tips and tricks. So thanks for watching guys, and happy felting, and see you again soon.